Well, everyone. Sorry. Hello, everyone. Sorry about this stupid introduction. It was a total mess up. It is your lovely host here, right, and I got my guest here once again, Michael. We are gonna give our a recap from week 8 and our picks for week 9. Michael, you go for it.
Okay, for week 8, my picks, I was 9-5, bringing my total to I sent it to you to 74-44 on the season. The games I got wrong was Buffalo and New England, Cincinnati and Tennessee, Cleveland and the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, Baltimore and Pittsburgh game, and Denver and Chargers game.
Okay, for me, 7 wins, 7 losses. Horrible. It happens. Overall record 77 wins and 44 losses. The games I got wrong. I got the Atlanta game wrong, Cincinnati game wrong, Vegas, Colts, Green Bay game, Miami, Denver, and then and the other game they got right. So I had a horrible beginning. It was awful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I picked against the Bears.
Yeah.
Did I pick against the Bears? I did.
Yeah, see, that's the Bears had that game won. I was like, yep, go figure. I picked against the Bears, and they're going to win. But they end up losing it in overtime, which is a pretty good game, actually. Just their offense looked terrible for the longest time. But
like I said before, people are complaining. But Mitchell is not the quarterback's fault. It's the offense line. It's their fault.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And plus, it's a head coach.
Yeah, I'm not really huge on Nagy, honestly. I just don't.
Nope.
I just don't think he's to be an offensive guru and all this and that mastermind. I just don't. Their offense is terrible. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, and he was there to draft David Montgomery, so he's been there a few years now. He's been able to draft some of his guys, and it's not really panned out. But we'll go ahead and jump into this week's games if you want.
For tonight's game, yep.
For tonight's game, we got well, actually, neither team's going to have even close to their full roster because of COVID. I think they said there's 26 players out between both teams with COVID. So,
and I'm surprised this game's still going on tonight.
I am too, honestly, because I mean this happened like a day or two ago, so you kind of figured they would cancel or change it or move it to Sunday, but nope, they kept it. So, anyways, we got the Green Bay Packers with a record of 5-2 going to the 4-4 San Francisco 49ers. I went with the Green Bay Packers in this game.
Yeah, me too. Niners are a total mess. They got the injury bug this year. They're not going to bounce back this year. No way.
Yeah, they just lost Garoppolo for the season, and then they lost Kittle for pretty much the season. He's out for 8 weeks. I mean, he's basically done for season. I don't see no reason to bring him back for the last 2 weeks of the season. So,
anyway. I don't know that Jimmy's out again after the year. What happened this time? Same thing?
His ankle, yep. The thing he had hurt earlier this season, he hurt it again. So
you know why? Because the Niners are stupid. They brought him back too early. That was dumb.
Yep, I agree.
And they didn't make no trades, did they? Nobody.
Nope.
Nobody. No. That was dumb.
The only thing they did is they moved one of their linebackers to. Who did they try? Heck, I can't remember. They traded one of their defensive players for like a 6th round or 5th round draft pick. So they did do that, but nothing that's going to help them this year. So.
Nope.
Our next game.
Both of us are picking the Packers, so go on.
The next game, these are the 1 o'clock games on Sunday. We got the Denver Broncos with a record of 3-4 going to the 2-6 Atlanta Falcons. I picked the Atlanta Falcons. They're actually playing pretty decent right now, but they've blown a couple games. If Todd Gurley don't rush a touchdown in, they won like 3 straight games then. But I picked Atlanta Falcons. Who do you got in this one?
I'm picking Atlanta also.
Okay. Our next game we got, this one should be a really good one. We got the Seattle Seahawks with a record of 6-1 going to the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. I picked the Seattle Seahawks in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what's going on with Buffalo. They just fall apart, and it's not a good time to fall apart because it's season's almost over. So I'm picking Seattle.
Yeah, they've played like they beat the Patriots last week, but the Patriots are just 2-5. So it ain't like it's a big thing to beat the Patriots this year like in the past. They just ain't looked very good. Our next game, we got your Chicago Bears with a record of 5-3 going to the Tennessee Titans with a record of 5-2. I picked Tennessee Titans, so I'm picking
Tennessee. I mean, I like the Bears, but they're like an up and down team this year. So, and I don't know if they're gonna stop Derrick Henry, the best running back right now in the game. You know.
I hear you there. It should be a low scoring game. I think it'll be a good game, but I'm gonna pick Tennessee just because they're at home. Our next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens with a record of 5-2 going to the 5-2 Indianapolis Colts. I picked Baltimore with a bounce back win this week.
I'm picking Baltimore. See, last time I picked against the Colts won. So go figure, you know.
Yeah, that's about the way it works. I thought about picking the Colts, but I figured Lamar and them will have a bounce back. Our next game.
I don't think Colts are that good, but Phil Rivers is having a great comeback year.
Yep, I agree. Our next game, we got the Carolina Panthers with a record of 3-5 going to the 7-1 Kansas City Chiefs. I picked the Kansas City Chiefs in this one.
Yep, Chiefs all the way. They're pretty good this year.
The next game, we got the 3-4 Detroit Lions going to the Minnesota Vikings with a record of 2-5. This is a divisional game. I picked Minnesota because I pick them every week, so might as well pick them again.
Yep, Minnesota. And then now, if you know the quarterback for Detroit, he's out because I guess he has the virus.
Yep. Next game, we got the New York Giants with a record of 1-7 going to the 2-5 my Washington football team with a record of 2-5.
Well, both teams are horrible. Giants just won this past Monday, but whatever. They're not that good. I know Giants fans are going to get mad at me, but I don't think Jones is their answer. He's not the franchise quarterback. I don't think so.
Yep. I was actually shocked. They should have probably beat the Buccaneers somehow. I cannot believe that game was even close, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Giants to beat Washington. I guess it's more me just rooting for Washington to lose at this point and get a higher draft pick.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would rather just have the higher draft pick. I love beating the Giants, but at this point of the season, if we lose a few and can get a quarterback, long-term quarterback, or another great defensive player, I'll take that. I'll take the loss today and get the wins later on in the future. But our next game, go ahead.
Wait. My pick is I'm going to Washington.
Okay, so you pick my team and I pick against my own team. That's about right.
Yeah.
Next game, we got the Houston Texans with a record of 1-6 going to the 1-6 Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked the Texans in this one.
Hey, me too. Both teams are garbage. The GM, the head coach, he should never make that blockbuster trade last year for Arizona. That was stupid, on their end.
Yep. I bet the Dolphins are definitely rooting for Jacksonville because the Dolphins have the Texans draft pick. So right now the Dolphins actually better draft pick is the Texans, not even their own, which is a first. So, but our next game we got the Las Vegas Raiders with a record of 4-3 going to the 2-5 Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers. I picked the Chargers to get a win for once.
I'm picking the Raiders because the last time I picked the Raiders, they won. So go figure,
Yeah, I hear you. Our next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers with a record of 7-0 going to the Dallas Cowboys with a record of 2-6. Dallas has not even announced their quarterback for this week. It's going to be a guy off the practice squad or another guy they just signed. So I'm picking Pittsburgh Steelers to go 8-0.
Yeah, me too. Dallas is just a total mess. They're a train wreck.
Yeah, they really are. Our next game we got this is the last four. These are the 4:00 games: the Raiders, Dallas, and the Dolphins game. This next one's our last 4:00 game. We got the Miami Dolphins with a record of 4-3 going to the 5-2 Arizona Cardinals. I picked the Miami Dolphins with the upset.
I'm going to Arizona at home.
And then for Sunday Night Football, this is actually a really good. I mean, compared to last week, this is a good Sunday Night Football. We got the New Orleans Saints with a record of 5-2 going to Tampa Bay to take on Brady with a record of 6-2, which they played Week 1, but these are totally two different teams than Week 1. So I picked New Orleans though to get the victory on the road.
I'm going Buccaneers at home, get the revenge from Week 1. Let's see what happens.
And Antonio Brown will be making his debut this week too for the Buccaneers, so that'll be something. And then we can't have a good Monday Night Football game. We got the New England Patriots with a record of 2-5 going to the 0-8 New York Jets.
Oh my gosh. God.
I picked the Patriots. I mean,
me too.
Jets will win a game this year. I'm predicting they win 2 games, but I don't think it's this week.
Nope. Now, if I was the Jets, they should just lose them all and get them one pick. But the guy from college, he don't want to play the Jets. I don't know if you heard about that. He might go back to college. The travel guy from
Clemson.
Yeah, from Clemson. He don't want to go. He don't want to get drafted by the Jets. I don't blame him.
Yeah, honestly, their roster's like. I had a talk the other day with one of my friends, and we was talking about would you do that, and it's like, man, honestly, the Jets is a big market, but their roster's terrible. They got a lot of money. Now, that's the one thing. They do got the money to go sign a lot of players, but just in general, they really don't have a whole lot going for them. It ain't like they got a super duper lot of draft picks, and they just don't really have nothing really going for them. So, yeah, I'd say Jets will have the number 1 pick. I don't see no other team really beating them out for it. Only case, like I said, I think they get 2 wins, but I think they'll be sole possession of that number 1 pick, though.
Yeah, so everyone enjoy the game tonight. Good luck your team on Sunday tonight in Monday Night Football. Go Bears, and go look at your team. You might have an upset for your team. You never know, Michael.
Yep, I might just do it. So, but we'll see you all for Week 10.
Okay, everyone. Goodbye. Peace out.